Hello everyone, my name is Salour and I'm here today to talk about the mergers and acquisitions that involving Allied Colloids and SIBA. The first question that this case is asking us is that what caused the Allied Colloids to be such an attractive takeover target for many firms? Well, Allied Colloids was a specialty chemical firms. It was mainly manufacturing soluble polymers. And the reason it was such an attractive target for them was because their main customers were mining, paper making, and water treatment industries that were buying the raw material from them. Every company that would try to take over them would presumably take over their niche market that they had, the customers that they had, as well as they could also expand their operations and business as a result. Now, here we've got Hercules at first wanted to acquire this company for 1.8 billion US dollars. However, Allied Colloids refused this offer because they believe that it does extremely undervalue the company. And it urged all its shareholders to refuse any of these offers that significantly undervalue them. After the Hercules offer, the SIBA company decided to get in this game, and they started bidding over this company. Finally, the SIBA company gave them a $1.42 billion offer, which Hercules decided to withdraw their offer because they believed anything above what they were offering them earlier is too risky for them, and chances are that they will never get their money back. Here, so after SIBA did take over, it did have many advantages for them. First of all, it did add a sixth division to the SIBA's operations. SIBA's operations were almost entirely located inside Switzerland, and the Allied Colloids takeover would expand their business overseas because Allied Colloids was a British-based company. The environmental technologies that were owned by Allied Colloids were now owned by SIBA, which did give them an edge in this competition. Also, all the customers and the market that Allied Colloids had in that region were now part of the SIBA's. Now, the second question is asking us that how did SIBA value the gains from the mergers and acquisition? Looking at the offer that SIBA did give Allied Colloids for 1.42 British pounds, the value 1.42 billion British pounds. It values the company at the earnings per share of 25.6. The earnings per share is calculated by dividing the net income by number of the shares outstanding. It also gave them a price per sales ratio of 3 and 20 times their profits. They invested 30% of their market capitalization for Allied Colloids, but it was only responsible. It turns out to be only responsible for a seventh of their revenue. But basically, they were in the same market, so for them it was a plus. The clean water at that time was becoming more and more scarce, and the demand for that as a result was going up, and therefore it sounded like a very good investment. This acquisition, of course, I would say, did give SIBA a new world of opportunities in the water treatment industry. They got to have a larger market share. They got to have a market in outside of a country that they're headquartered in, and as well as all the customers that they're now were formerly for Allied and now are there for SIBA. Another reason that SIBA would value this acquisition so highly is synergy. Synergy, I would define it as because they both believe that while they're independent from each other, they may be performing fairly well, but once they get together and work as one, they can have a lot better performance, and there's a lot more talent to be stemmed from it. And there's a lot of better innovations that them working together can bring to both shareholders and the consumers and the stakeholders, I should say. The question 3 is asking us that how did this acquisition affect their balance sheet and performance? Well, it did have a large impact on their financial statement because they invested 30% of their market capitalization on it. So that expense, of course, for the first year and first 6 months, majorly brought down their net income because of that large expense. Their net income looks really slim. However, their net sales in the year ending 1997 to the year ending 1998, their net sales increased by 9%, and their operating income increased by 3%. However, like I said before, their net income did drop significantly because of this high expense to them. And the next question is asking us who won and who lost in this mergers and acquisition. To get started, in every case of mergers and acquisitions, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. That's a general rule. So 10,000 Allied colloids workers did lose their jobs because of this acquisition. I would say at first Hercules was a loser in this game because they withdrew their offer after it got a little too high. The shareholders at the time of acquisitions were really happy about it because they were able to sell all their shares at a large premium. The shares of SIBA and Hercules and Allied colloids during the whole bidding did increase dramatically because of it. Many investors could just buy and sell during that short period of time, and I would say multiply their money by that. Next and last question that I'm being asked here is that what happened after in the following years after this whole mergers and acquisitions? Well, a few years after this acquisition took place, SIBA's net income and profit margins did drop significantly, and maybe I would say that taking over of Allied colloids so desperately at that high of a valuation was not the best idea in the world for them at that time. But I tell you that it did bring them the new industry and the new innovations. In the year 2004, the SIBA got involved in another mergers and acquisition. They bought Ratio, which was a paper chemicals company that was located in Finland. Their main focus was on paper industry, and it also gave them a larger market share, gave SIBA a larger market share in the paper industry. During the years 2002 through 2006, SIBA's net income suffered a lot. In the year 2003, their net income went from 294 million to 277 million. And in the year 2004, it again went down. Between the years 2005 and 2006, they had negative net income. They were working at a loss for those years. So whether it was a good or bad deal, I think at first it did benefit a lot of people, but you can be the judge of that. Looking at their net income, it wasn't that good of an idea, in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned more about mergers and acquisitions, and it did open your eyes to the event that took place between SIBA and Allied Colloids. Thank you.